We are here. We made it. We're on time. We're live. We have audio. We have better audio than we had last week. It's Wednesday. It's 5:30. I know you're confused because it's daylight savings time and you were like, how are these guys who can't even pull it together on a regular night going to be on time on this sort of a night? But we pulled it off. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. This is episode 51 of Prep Talk Live. And joining me, as always, or at least 99.9% of the time, is Tup the Urban Prepper. Tup, what is up? How are you? How is your week? What's been going on?
Just keeping busy with work and family stuff and burning the candle from both ends and filming B-roll footage and doing editing and stuff. So yeah, it's all in all, it's going okay. So a little tired.
You have your camera crew out there doing that,
and you've got kind of doing like a true Hollywood story type thing. We're working on that, so it's kind of evasive. So.
Do you think the other channels that we talk about, like, do they have candle burners? Like, do they, like, when we're burning the candle at both ends, do you think they have people to burn the candle for them?
They have. I don't know how it operates there. I know they have they have staffs and they have board meetings and
teams
all that kind of stuff.
And committees,
stock options and stuff.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, it's kind of big time.
Oh my goodness! Well, welcome in everybody. I'm seeing all the usual crew is here. Pigs Fly is here. Chuck's here. Pony Girl is here. Mother of Healers is here. We got all kinds of people coming in. I think it's going to be a wonderful show. It's a carryover show from last week. And if you didn't watch last week's episode, how dare you? Go back and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's coming soon to the podcast. We're catching everything up. I uploaded, I think it's like 25 or 30 episodes over this weekend and got them all scheduled out. So they're going to drop one episode a day every weekday for the next like 4 or 5 weeks, I think, to get us all caught up. And then all the new ones are going to be out and then we'll be on to one a week. So if you enjoy the podcast as opposed to the YouTube, go ahead and subscribe over there. And if I will say this, if you are one of our usual fans and watchers and everything else, and you have access to a podcast platform, you wouldn't mind going and leaving a review on there. We're trying to get a little traction on this whole podcast platform thing, so that would be greatly appreciated.
Cool.
But yeah, so anyway, so that's what I was up to. I was putting podcasts together for all of us.
Nice, excellent.
Making that happen. And I set up a whole nother batch of shirt designs. So all the random designs that we've talked about over the last like 6 months.
What are some of the better ones?
Best prepper in my price range.
Yeah,
that one is there. Hashtag humble is going to be out there. I did not get 2 tools, 1 tup.
Yeah.
Because I have to get the image. I have to get your logo.
Okay.
So that's that. But
that about F your PDF. There's been
some
other good ones.
Yeah, F your PDF is going to be on there. I have a list that I put together. I can pull that up. But yeah, there was a bunch of new ones that went out. So I'm looking very much forward to all of those.
Yeah, Bougie Prepper. It looks like Chuck wants his Bougie Prepper shirt.
Yeah, so. Bougie Prepper is the design is done. We got to get it. I got to get it on a shirt. So that's happening. Rooster Booster. Only Preps. With the OnlyFans sort of an idea. We had that. Drama Magnet.
Wow. Look at all this stuff.
And Trauma Magnet. Prepper Problems.
Yeah, Prepper Problems.
Cheap Meat.
Yeah, cheap meat. Yeah,
cheap meat. And I'm debating about whether we should take the Only Preps logo design and just put that with cheap meat and with Rooster Booster. So it's like Rooster Booster on Only Preps or something like that. You know, that might be.
You've been busy.
Yeah, you know, you got to keep
the marketing side of things. Yeah,
all of the things going so that we continue to churn out dozens and dozens of views. That is the entire goal.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. There was a lot of chatting going on.
Yeah, people saying hi for the most part. So.
Yeah, Robin from VA is here. Damien is here. Yeah, the Bougie Prepper shirt. Yes, that is happening. So yeah, I got the design for that. I'm actually gonna make like a poster with all the designs on it. That'll be the new part of the new backdrop that we're building out here. So I'll have that. Let's see what is going on. Yes, very excited for that. Tup is on the live feed, and it is a lot better this week.
I think they were trying to shut me down last week.
Yeah,
I bought a new USB cable, and I'm on the right internet network, so everything's going smoothly so far. So, and I reset my laptop. Maybe that helped.
Yeah, well, I was a little worried that that you were going to need a new microphone.
Yeah, no,
because that's a whole different problem. That's a whole different setup than if you just needed the USB cable. Yeah. So that's fantastic.
This is kind of I'm dealing with some rookie problems here for cables and equipment and stuff, but I think we got it worked out. So.
Yeah. Jeremiah wanted to know if I have any updates on the backyard bunker build.
Yeah, what's the update?
The update it is done. The bunker has been built. There's still some little like things that I'm trying to get settled in here. But I am going to do some sort of either a live stream tour or some sort of an actual video tour, something like that, of all the different things. I got a new kind of fold up table that I can do top down shots on when we're doing like product demonstrations and reviews and stuff. So I got that put in place. So it's very cool. It is now my office. I'm in here every day. For the most part, it is very wonderful. I love it very much. We finally got gravel put down, so it's not a mud bog trying to get from the house to the bunker. So that's been wonderful. And so it's good. But there will be updates on all the different tips and tricks and things that we put in here, and then hopefully, I was hoping to start it this week. It didn't happen. So it might be next week or the week after. But I am going to start a second, like a little during the day live stream sort of a thing, probably on Mondays, just to try to make the video production a little more efficient on my side of things.
Nice.
Talking about products and gear reviews and stuff. And then also like basically what I would do in a normal video, but instead of like spending a lot of time on the video, I'm going to do like a live stream and just kind of talk about it with people and do it that way.
More efficient.
Yeah, so we'll see what that happens. Yes, the floor storage, it is here. There is stuff stored. There's going to be more stuff stored. I got to kind of clean them out a little bit. They were open when they were building it, and so they're wet. They got wet. And then there was like a little bit of mud and stuff that got in it during construction. So I got to kind of clean it out and then put everything else in it. But it is wonderful to have them. The contractor did a fantastic job of making sure that they kind of blend in with the floor as much as like handles in the floor can blend in. But there isn't a bunch of ridges or anything. So it looks really, really slick. I'm very excited, very happy about it.
Nice.
Well, you might have to do like the next time you guys come through Portland or something, we'll do like
I'm definitely driving through in July. I know. So, but although we go around Portland, usually we go the Mount Hood route. So that's usually our route. We'll meet up at the mountains. We'll have a touch point.
What I'm gonna love is if you are driving through Portland the time that we're driving up to Seattle in July.
Yeah,
that would be fantastic. We could meet like
we'll
on
wave each other
in like Olympia or something. It'd be like, hey.
Yeah. Total random look, Chehalis or someplace.
Yeah, exactly. Also, quick, just let's do just a quick poll of the chat. We got a comment last week from someone who was listening to our podcast. They were very excited about the topic, and they were very annoyed that we talked at the beginning. They wanted us to just get right to the point.
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't know if I saw that one.
And I feel like part of our charm is our banter. Yeah. Like that's what makes us us. So just quick to the chat. Like, should we just jump in and do topics or should we banter? Side note, if you say we should just do topics, we're not going to do that. We're going to continue to banter. You'll just probably need to find a different podcast. But
Yeah, well, oftentimes like we get here right on time, and then we say, "Hey, hi, let's go live," and then so there is just this kind of natural banter that happens. Is there
Chuck,
ever a point?
Chuck came through with, okay, so that's going on the list of the next t-shirt designs. Is there ever a point?
Yeah,
No, there isn't. It's just because we enjoy each other and have fun.
yeah, I enjoy the spontaneity and all that kind of stuff. I think it's fun, and usually the best moments happen during random thoughts that we have that go off script. So
Tactical Chickens did not come from a planned script.
yeah,
That
no,
just
all these t-shirt logos and brands and stuff that you have, that those are all from banter. So
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, the prosthetic leg EDC did not come
Yeah, no,
from just
that wasn't in the script. Yeah.
That wasn't. Maybe what we need is like hashtag banter.
Yeah.
Like that maybe needs to be a shirt design too.
But we do have a topic though. I know
we do.
Pets and preppers who love them.
Yes, which is the same topic we had last week.
Yeah,
but we
dove into it. There was a lot to go into. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I was going
to say that my dog. I think I was saying last week I have one dog that hates me and it doesn't trust me. But I've been making slow progress with it over the last week, which is a big deal because we've had the dog for I don't know, almost 2 years. So, and it still doesn't like me, but it started. It let me pet it one time because it's addicted to squeezing its muzzle. Basically, it likes that. And so then after I squeeze the muzzle and she let me do that, then I pet her and she let me do that for a couple seconds. So there's some progress made, but again, if it's the apocalypse, like that dog's not going to be
exactly.
The one with me,
that's if you don't ingratiate yourself to the people with the bug out vehicles, you're not coming along for the ride. I don't think she's not
gonna make the final cut. I don't think so.
No.
So she needs to. I think she knows that. So
now I have a question. It sounds like you're doing a lot of training for this dog. Are you making a PDF of how to prepare your pet for the apocalypse?
I probably should. I haven't started any PDF for the dogs yet. It's mainly just making sure that like what we do have, our stashes and stuff are in good shape, and I haven't forgotten about. Because there's so many different things when you have like your home preps and all the things in your house, and like sometimes you'll forget to, you'll have some dog food or something that's 8 years old or something like that in there. So
I was just thinking about. It'll come back to me. But you were talking about your stashes and everything. Did you see Canadian Prepper? He put out like a little animated video last week.
Oh, cool. I didn't see it.
It was like an Instagram reel or something, but it was about expiration dates of medications and things.
Yep.
And it was just interesting because he found, I'm sure there's other people who found it, but there was some sort of Department of Defense document or something that talked about this extended shelf life plan that they had put in place or something. And it made it so that like Tylenol, don't quote me on this, anyone, because I don't remember, but I'm giving you an example, whatever. It was like 10 years, or it was like 142 months or something. Beyond the expiration date was 90% potency.
Oh, wow.
And so it was interesting because as we talk about like all the preps and cycling through and everything else, that is something that I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes me feel a lot better about, all the random medications that we have and things like dog and cat food that you might have that's extra that, says it's supposed to be used at a certain point. Like you might be able to use that for even longer or something like that.
Yeah, I think, well, if all else fails, I could always go the full spectrum survival route and start growing rats to feed the dogs. We'll be bugging out and I'll be like the Pied Piper with rats, and that's going to be my dog feed, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
My dogs are not, they're not good hunters though either. So these dogs are a liability. They're the little princesses.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, they have fragile legs, they're skinny and they're small, and they can't protect me, and they don't even like me, or at least one doesn't. I think I'd be more comfortable taking like a 10-year-old Tylenol than like 10-year-old heart medicine though. So I don't know. I need to check out that reel then.
Yeah, the examples he gave were like Benadryl and Tylenol, the radiation pills, the potassium iodide. So that was one. Yeah, exactly. Which I just got that the other day, actually. I don't know why. It's one of those things I feel like as a prepper person, like you get to this threshold where like
you've got a full prepper.
You have to have it, but like, do you really have to have it? I don't know. But
yeah, I remember Yeah, I have it for the whole family. So, and I've had it for a while. But I
Mhm.
remember during like the Fukushima stuff over in Japan that I had some preppers. "You start taking the potassium out and now. Listen to me." And I'm glad I did it at the time, even though it was yeah at the time it was there was concerns about it, and like I didn't want to have radioactive tuna fish from the Pacific Ocean or anything. But yeah, but I do have some of that, and I feel like I'll use it as only when you're absolutely sure. So
Yeah, exactly. Only when there is a
yeah, but
radioactive
someone was
effect.
like, I mean, just wanted me to take it immediately, and I had a local friend too that was like, dude, you gotta take it like right now. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't eat that much sushi. I don't need to
Yeah,
worry about radioactive salmon or anything. Regular Star did a regular. So Canadian Prepper, we were the bad boys of prepping because we had TikToks,
yeah.
for a while.
Before it
And
was
then
cool.
Canadian Prepper came on, and his production team have just taken over TikTok. And now Regular Star has also, I think, put his production team on, and he's putting out TikToks all the time. And he
Yeah, I
had
saw.
one about potassium iodide the other
Oh, he
day
did.
too. Yep.
Yeah, I saw one that he did on like he didn't trust the big glider in a survival situation and wanted to go with the ferrocerium rod. I still do the big
Yeah.
glider stuff. So
Yeah. He had a,
big gliders are urban. The striker rods are for rural scenarios. So
yeah. He always has an interesting perspective um, on just preparedness and survival stuff. I believe he's somehow like I don't know if he's actually like a forest firefighter or if he's like in the forest service or something.
yeah,
I feel like he's somehow connected there. I don't know a ton of his backstory, but he always has a lot of like lumber and timber and forest references in a lot of his stuff. But he's had some really interesting um, kind of like survival, I would say, quasi-military sort of things around like the type of watch you should wear and some of that sort of stuff. I was like, those are really cool little tips.
yeah.
So anyway,
I met him one time years ago. He's very nice, and his wife's nice too. So
yeah, and he had the greatest TikTok that I've ever seen from a prepper talking about how much wood was going in the throat of the wood splitter
yeah,
thing, which has been all over the place. I was like, that
rave reviews.
yeah, big fans, big fans. Okay, sorry. So back to pets.
Yes,
So you've
right.
got the dog. Yeah. So you've got the dog that is probably gonna, they're
Not
gonna
going to
be
make the cut. Yeah,
Are they big dogs or are they like? Are
they're
we talking about like
cat size dogs. Yeah, cat size
Okay,
dogs.
so like purse puppies.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got it.
So they're portable and they eat less food because if you had a big
Portable.
Rottweiler, well, yeah, if you had a big Rottweiler, it'd be heavy to carry enough food that you need for it. Um, so that's one benefit is on the little dogs, and they're also they bark at like when people come to the door. So I guess they're earning their keep with their night watch type stuff. But yeah, so we have two cats as well. One of the cats is older, the other one's the kitten, and I don't know if they're going to make the cut. The kittens, we have a rocky relationship too. So
Yeah. It seems like you have a lot of animals that dislike you. I feel like
it's
this
not
is the Taylor Swift lyric. You're the problem. It's you.
well, I didn't want a cat, and but then my wife got one for my daughter's birthday, and so it was kind of forced on me. So I did. So it's always been kind of a bone of contention, and so this cat knows that I didn't want it because it's like a 15-year commitment for this, and I didn't want a cat because I don't. I prefer dogs, and anyway, the cat I think knew sensed that I had negative energy and was kind of always trying to butter me up and stuff like that, and so he started. But then I don't know if I told you this, but he's been at like 4 to 5 a.m. Because I'm pretty tall, so my feet always stick out beyond the blankets. And he just decides at 4 or 5 a.m. he's just going to attack my feet with his claws, and that gets you kicked out of the team, the bug out team.
Yeah, exactly. That you know what, you're on your own. You go find your own rats.
It's you versus the zombies because that's not happening. But he's been messing me with it like that for a while now. So it's a problem. So there's two pets I think that have made the cut. My dog, with the dog that likes me, and the cat that's the older cat that's a little bit more well behaved. So and the fish, the fish are goners. So that's like that's initial protein.
You just leave the fish to the cat, to the kitten and the dog that are leaving. Like here's a head start on your provisions. Enjoy the fish. We're out of here, and good luck and Godspeed.
Yeah, plenty of water for it, but and then if they could actually catch one, some of the fish are pretty big. We have this big eel that's like the size of my arm, so it's huge. So that'd be.
Is it possible that the cat doesn't like you because it knows you didn't want it, And is it possible that dogs don't like you because they think you like the cats?
I think the
Like,
dogs know that I'm a dog. Dogs know dog people, I think.
do we just need like some family therapy here? Like we're bringing like Caesar Milan and the cat guy that I can't remember his name, but he had like the show on TLC and he has like the dark ace.
I know who you're talking about.
Jackson Galaxy.
Jackson, yeah.
We'll get them together and help bridge the gap. Maybe the fish could play a role as well. I don't know. They could be like Switzerland.
Yeah. So I'm looking at some of the comments too as they're coming in. Yeah, it's a tough situation because for a lot of people, your pets are they're like family members. Some people that don't have kids, for example, like their animals are their kids, and so they're part of their buck out plans or part of their emergency evacuation. But it's tough, like if your dog doesn't even like you, type thing. So, and the big dogs, there's like different struggles that you would have with a big dog versus a little dog too, or cats, because cats aren't going to like follow you as you're going down the road. They're going to do their own thing. So
the eel whisperer.
Yeah. I got the eel for an anniversary present for my wife because she likes this one particular type of eel. Someone says, do you get along with any of your pets? Yes, I get the one. I got one dog that loves me because I got the dog from California, flew it up. We got it special order from California. I flew down there to pick up this dog and brought it back on the plane. So it likes me. And then the cat likes me too. Although the cat was actually all these, the cat was a trick because at one point, this is years back when we first got it, but we had a rodent problem. And so we had these rats and they were like big rats. And so my wife's like, well, we need a cat so we could kill the rats. And then I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. And then she gets this little kitten that's like smaller than the rats. And so we had to wait for it to grow up before it could even do anything. So I got tricked on that one too.
So you had the apocalypse plan.
Yeah, I was thinking like I wanted a hardcore cat, like a trained killer.
A barn cat. You just wanted that and what you got instead was not that.
Yeah. So, and then I had to get these. I figured out I don't know if I've told. I keep forgetting who I've told the stories to, but my way of getting the rats, I now have a system for it. I should probably make a PDF, but I have the big rat traps, and then I use half-cooked bacon with wire that's wrapped around it because these rats are pretty smart. So they were like picking the food off of it, or they're setting off the trap and then taking the food afterwards. So then I put the half-cooked bacon, which they can't resist, and you kind of wrap it with like a picture frame wire, and it so they have to kind of yank it. And I got all of them that way. It was a
Let's be honest. Yeah. Who can resist half-cooked bacon?
Well, just the smell of bacon, bacon? It was it was kind of a brutal summer when that happened. But
I feel like it's amazing you only caught rats. I would imagine that small children, adults, we might have shown up.
Well, we had them set in a particular room that we locked, and everyone knew don't go in there type thing, and the dogs weren't allowed there. So.
Amy wants to know if there will be a mutiny if Little Miss Prepper's cat got ousted.
Yeah, she would. That'd be tough. It'd be her responsibility.
And we need a Little Miss Prepper's pissed shirt, apparently.
Yeah,
right. I feel like
she 100%. Would be that's her cat, and the cat loves her, and she could do anything. She could the older cat. They're both really good with the kids, and there's one time where Little Miss Prepper was more of a toddler, and I was in the restroom and I hear the cat screaming, and I'm like, it's yowling and everything. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And so I go out to the dining room, and Little Miss Prepper's holding the cat by the tail. She's just a toddler, and the cat's flailing around, but it will not hurt her though, no matter what. So I had to tell her not to do that. But the cat is like very protective, not protective, but would never hurt the kids, no matter, even if they yank their tail later.
What I think we learned is why the cat attacks your feet in the middle of the night.
It might be a smell thing. It might be. I think it's personal.
The kids attack the cat during the day, and the cat's like, "Look, I'm not going to attack the kid, but you made the kid, and you brought me into this, so it's on you."
I will go after the father.
Of the night, exactly. Yeah. Our cat before Professor Winston Mouskowitz. Our previous cat, Dr. Millie Von Kitty Pants, we had her before kids, and then we brought kids in, and she would never, ever, ever do anything to the kids. The kids could WWE drop elbows on her and stuff, and she wouldn't do that. but then she would like either later on would either like take a swipe at us, or she would like poop on a blanket or something. Like she would go after us and let us know that she was not thrilled with the previous behavior that she had been enduring.
So it was payback.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, I do think that dogs are for preppers. Like a dog is a better prepper companion than I know that you're a cat family, but like I'm trying to think like in a survival situation like that. I don't know what the cat's going to bring to the table.
The cat's going to bring nothing to the table.
Yeah,
the cat is going to be potentially an emotional support cat. Yeah. Which it's currently like it is technically an emotional support cat for some of our family, but in reality, like that's what it's gonna do. It's not gonna like hunt for us or be a guard cat or anything like that. Yeah. It is just going to make certain members of our family feel a little bit more relaxed. And there's a part of me that would, the dog aspect from a preparedness standpoint makes a lot of sense. I am not at all a dog person in the maintenance or operation of a dog. I don't have any interest in picking up poop or any of that. Dogs that smell, they don't get bathed. Like that. No. That is not. That's too much maintenance for me.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what cats could bring to the table in an emergency, and other than being maybe if they're well behaved and are companions, but they're not going to protect. They're not going to protect you. They're not going to like be an alert system.
No, they're like a one-time.
They won't carry anything for you.
No. You get like one shot at like if you were confronted by somebody of maybe taking the cat and throwing the cat at the assailant and getting some claws and some teeth or something happening on the person and allowing you to run away.
That's what I might have to do with the kitten that's messing with me. That's going to be its novice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that could be. I mean, also because with a kitten, one-handed that way, and you go the other way, and let the claws do their work.
Yeah.
But there is no prepping redeeming value aside from potentially a protein source, which I can guarantee you that no one in my family is going to allow.
That'd be tough.
So that's not going to happen. So,
like if you had to like run for it, like if there was like a tsunami or something, I think your dogs might follow you, but your cat's going to be there. Where's he going?
Oh, exactly. And we've got to decide, do we save the cat or it's a whole thing? Yeah. No, there's no redeeming value, but we are preparing to take the cat with us should we need to, because why not? Yeah,
and I think I do think cats are like more of a survivalist maybe than the dog. I think they're crafty, and I think like if they could be on their own a little bit and probably do decent as long as they didn't run into a predator type thing. But I think dogs are probably better survivalists maybe, but dogs are better companions for preppers in an emergency, I think.
Yes. Amy's point, you could use the biological warfare if they're allergic.
Yeah.
Fun story, because like if I couldn't get any less of a prepper as a prepper person, like this would be. But of course, our cat had to be hypoallergenic because we have cat allergies in our family. So we had to go find a special breed of cat that is very low allergen and all of this other stuff. So like people who have like asthma and come to our house, if they're allergic to cats, can come to our house and hang out, and the cat doesn't even make their eyes water. So it's even less of a prepping, weapon thing than it would be normally. Like we've got maybe claws and that's about it.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of the allergy thing. That is a clever idea.
These are the things that I never thought about that before, but that's good point. So cats would be tough too, like, because if your cats are litter box trained, like, do you really want to carry around litter with you? So they'd have to get used to dirt, but maybe they don't like dirt. I don't know. So.
Exactly. And then they would have problems. Or you've got to have a litter box, but you got to have one that's big enough. So you got to have it's got to be collapsible or something.
Yeah, collapsible. And then that's
we really should just rethink this whole cat thing.
These are problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because our dogs they're potty. They go in a potty pads. That's their. So that's more bug out bag friendly though. Potty pads.
Oh yeah, sure.
If we're small enough. Now, if you have a huge dog, you don't want to deal with that. So.
Yeah. Okay. Cat uses puppy pads. So now we need to train the cat to use puppy pads.
Yeah.
That
I'm
that's
curious
fantastic.
which puppy pads you use, Amy Fresh, because we use the Costco ones, and I during my testing, those ones have been pretty good for us. So
Also, did you train your cat to use puppy pads as a kitten, so it's been their entire life,
no,
or have you cross trained them?
yeah, no, the cats use a litter box, and we have a specific litter that we use, and then the dogs use the puppy pads. So
Right, but no, but Amy is saying her cat uses puppy pads.
oh yeah,
Yes.
I would love to teach the cats how to use the regular toilets because I've seen other people do that, and it seems that's the way to go.
Yeah, it does seem like that is beneficial. I also though think it would be a little disconcerting if you came downstairs like in the middle of the night, or
Yeah,
you're going in to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, and then there's a cat that is also using the bathroom at the same time. That could be upsetting, I think.
yeah. I think I always think of that one, the Ben Stiller movie with Robert De Niro, the Meet the Parents, one with the
Yeah.
cat that uses the toilet there.
Can you milk me?
Yeah,
You could throw the litter at an intruder. That is true. Okay. We have
that's
found
true.
value for the cats now.
But I don't know. I know other people have. Well, fish. I think fish. They're done. You get like in again. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
evacuation stuff, but they're not good prepper animals. I don't think.
they're delicious.
Unless it's like you have like your hydroponic system and that's your fish that you have, and you're gonna eat them. Like they're
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, the fish are problematic. They're
birds probably aren't good prepper unless you have like some
I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to think of
like
what
a
a
pirate
bird
pirate like you have some
exactly. You could
toucan Sam type thing.
use it like a voice, like a recorder, like for things that like voice notes. If your phone doesn't work, you could be like, "Polly, wanna bearing due east" or something, and then it can remember it for you. I think
Well,
that's
yeah,
reasonable.
maybe if it was if you had a raven, like a Game of Thrones raven, you could use it
A
for comms
raven.
purposes. Yeah, like well, Game of Thrones, they were using ravens for that. That was their comms that they had, and they seem to get if they could send a message to any of the
Yeah,
seven kingdoms. So
we
maybe
could
having a raven or pigeons might be good for prepping.
falconry.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you could be a pigeon. You could be the comms person of the neighborhood with your pigeons. So.
Like, doesn't Mike Tyson have pigeons?
I know he's like an expert pigeon person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we need to bring Mike Tyson on the podcast, and we need to find out
Yeah,
how he would train how we could train our pigeons to be like his pigeons.
Yeah. I wonder like if we were ever in like a Canadian prepper style doomsday apocalypse scenario, Mad Max scenario, if pigeons would come back as like a comms option for.
I love that you say Canadian prepper doomsday. So Monday, Tuesday, like every day.
Well,
There have been 3 doomsdays today.
oh wow. Yeah. Well, I just like those kind of Mad Max, like I think that's like the thing that gets gets the juices flowing in the I don't know.
Yeah. To be
It's
clear,
popular with prepping. Yeah.
fish don't need to prepare for a tsunami.
Well, I don't know. Like we have African cichlids and they need like really warm temperature. So like if a tsunami happened, it'd be cold water, yeah, and be salt water probably. So I think
That is
fish
true. They would be dead.
Fish are done. They're not making it.
Sure. There's no way that unless you have like a natural salmon or something that's just swimming in a tank and ready to go.
Yeah, fish are like I kind of find fish to be a liability as like because you have even like in an earthquake because we're like in the Pacific Northwest and if an earthquake happens then you're going to be dealing with power outages and gas stuff and then you probably have your fish tanks knock over and fish all over the place on water like it's a whole it's like it's definitely a liability for preppers I think.
Yeah, I was wondering though about birds because somebody Pony Girl was talking about her roosters. So I wonder like with chickens. So we have our chickens, and they make some eggs for us every once in a while. I wonder if they could be kind of like a guard animal, at least like maybe during the day. Because everyone's like they'll make noise depending on what it is. Like if there's an animal or something, I don't know that they will make a lot of noise if it's a person.
Yeah,
but if it was like an animal, like like we have coyotes,
they're pretty they're pretty protective. That's for sure.
Yeah. So maybe that's a workaround, sort of an idea. Titus Tuttle is here, by the way.
Yeah, I saw.
Good to see you back. Haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
It's been a little bit.
It's nice to have you back.
Yeah.
So another thing on the pet thing. So we actually had our cat had his vet appointment today. We had the mobile vet, which have you heard about the mobile vets?
No, like they come to you?
Yeah, they came
It's
to
like
our house.
it's like Uber Eats, but for
Yes, they had like
wow.
a van, and they came to the house, and they had all the equipment, and they did all of the things in our living room. It was amazing. But one of the things that they did is they gave him his microchip.
Okay.
And so I think that is one of those things when you're talking about pets and disasters, making sure that you have a way of identifying them should you be separated and you could be reunited. So getting chips, making sure that they have collars with names and phone numbers or something like that, so that if people do find them, it is possible that they will keep them. You might never see them again. But if you find people who are nice and who, you know, bring them to a shelter or something, having some way of reuniting with your pet should you be separated, I think is an important thing.
Yeah, we have ours are we're pro microchip for the animals, but not for humans. That's our I don't know.
Oh, there's
I understand
a
for the
comment in there somewhere, but we haven't
yeah.
gotten there.
Well, like I don't know. Yeah.
Now we're demonetized.
I'm
All
thinking,
right.
Yeah.
Put us on Joe Rogan. Here we go.
I wasn't thinking about for vax related stuff. I was just thinking I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking of like Total Recall where he has the it wasn't a chip that was like that big thing, that tracker that he had. I remember the 2 weeks.
Okay, so have you seen? So again on TikTok, what we really need to do is do a episode of preppers on TikTok. That's one thing we should do. I think would be like prepping TikToks.
We were kind of like we were kind of like paved the way, the Oregon Trail of preppers on TikTok, because there wasn't a lot of people like 2 years ago. The preppers weren't doing it, but now it's like
they were like, oh, China bad, and now they're like, we don't care. It's a place we can get virality. Let's go and make it happen.
Well, it is friendlier to like smaller channels, newer channels. Like if you get picked, I think the algorithm picks it up sometimes a little bit better than YouTube for sure. So
yeah, I've also heard too that that some people say if you have multiple channels, if you put the same video on multiple channels on TikTok, that like it will maybe ignore two of them, and then a third one, for whatever reason, the same thing, they'll push it in the algorithm and it'll go nuts. And so I've seen a lot of people that are like, how do you grow your channel? Well, you open 8 channels and you see which one TikTok likes the best.
You work the system. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that could be an interesting. Where was I going with this one? We were talking about TikToks.
We're talking TikToks.
And the prepping TikToks. And have you seen the Chip Girl on TikTok?
The Chip Girl.
Yes, Chip Girl. So her name, I don't know her name. She has an actual name, but she goes by Chip Girl, and then she changes it, and sometimes she goes by her regular name. Her husband is some sort of a tech entrepreneur, investor guy, or whatever. She's like a law school person. But they put RFID chips in their hands. They actually like injected chips into their hands. And then they programmed their entire house to utilize these RFID chips and identification. So like all their door locks, all their windows, like their home automation and everything like goes off of the chips that they put in their hands.
Yeah, geez. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't even like my phone, so I don't know what the. I have a Faraday bags for my phones, let alone like.
You need a Faraday glove.
Yeah, I guess I'd be more pro like thumbprint, or like on the movies the retina scan or all those kind of things, but I don't know. But yeah. I saw that we had a Facebook comment.
We do. We have a Facebook, and so we should take it because
we should. Yeah, that gets priority.
We're very excited.
We're more of a YouTube comment section.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, we broadcast everywhere. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and everything else. Most of our
OnlyFans is picking up too. It's going.
Yeah, exactly. Slow but steady. That was another thing.
Eventually, Canadian Prepper and Wrangler Star got to start making their OnlyFans. That's what eventually.
I can't wait.
While it's uncharted territory.
I can't wait. You realize what needs to happen though is you and I need to do an OnlyFans first.
Oh man!
And then they'll jump.
My wife would kill me. You made a what?
Talk about cheap meat. Here we go. Okay, so what do you guys think is the most important skill to have? I feel like that's a really broad question. I feel like you'd have to like it's skill by category.
As prep. Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
Well, I think the most important skills for me is like if you're talking like pure prep, like the Mount Rushmore of skills, I think are
Mhm.
uh, like medical skills, probably like tactical self defense type skills,
Mhm.
comm skills, and then probably like gardening, food related type stuff. Like I think if you have if you have like a prepping group and you have someone that has each one of those things, you probably have a pretty strong group because you have someone that could make food, someone that could that if you're injured, they know how to do that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. You have like you got Rambo in there to help protect you, and then you have like your way of communicating with the world person. So I that's probably pretty good skills, I think.
I like that. I would maybe almost say research is like the most important skill because you're going to have to figure out all of these other skills. And so you need to be able to know how to go and not only identify what skills you have weaknesses in and which ones you don't, but like where to find how to learn about all of those skills. Because there really is, like, you could put hunting in there, you could put, construction and engineering because you're going to have to build shelters and
Yeah, I think
do
there's like
all of that.
specialized, like there's different trades. Like I think we talked about it before. That there's a book called Durable Trades where he goes through like the 50 most durable trades through any kind of hardship or any kind of times and stuff. So like even being a welder might be real beneficial, or being
Yeah.
yeah, who knows on what the kind of emergency is. But yeah, I think for me, like in general, I think the Mount Rushmore of skills are like, it looks like Damien put it too: food, medical security, and comps. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And t-shirt design.
Yeah, and t-shirt design, and then someone else said the ability
T-shirt
to
design
abandon
is
the ability to abandon your pets is
the ability to abandon your pets.
the number one
Wow.
skill. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's Jamie. Jamie. PETA is calling you right now. In fact, they're on the other line. I would recommend that you give them a call because they have some things they want to discuss with you. RV menagerie, negotiation strategy, communication. I would say yes. I think there's also potentially a slight difference in prepping urban scenario versus prepping rural scenario skills. Because things like negotiation and strategy and stuff is going to look different in an urban setting where you might have civil unrest. You're going to have more of maybe a mob mentality or things like that versus out in the open plains where you're trying to, stay alive and set boundaries and perimeters and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the problem with a lot of those skilled people, like of the Mount Rushmore, is that they usually have different personalities that might not mesh with each other. Like the gardener food person might not mesh with the tactical commando guy. Like so, and yeah, so that's a little tough one. Yeah,
Steve, we lost our gardener. Right, just calm down.
Someone said, "Who within your families has the more favorable demeanor in emergency situations?" That's definitely me. My wife is will drop F-bombs and all sorts of stuff. So
yeah, I would say it depends on the emergency.
Yeah.
Because my wife does a really good job of like staying calm and all that sort of stuff. But I also think like if it's a kid emergency, like some medical thing happened with the kid or something, she is far less squeamish than I am.
Oh, you're squeamish. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like. I had to give blood today to do some tests for my physical. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy earlier this week, and so I was going to do like a whole thing on like, hey everyone, make sure that you get your screenings done.
Yeah, we got that poop joke in for this live stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got a lot of poop jokes actually. But it got rescheduled because I have a cough, and so I didn't want to go under anesthesia with a cough. It's not COVID, but it's a cough nonetheless. But I had to get some blood work done, and so I have a very rough track record with blood draws. Sometimes they go very well, and sometimes I will redecorate the exam room, and so that tends to be a thing. So yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly. I've passed completely out and thrown up everywhere, and yeah, it's a whole thing. And then sometimes I go in and it's not a problem.
Yeah, I have a family member that he's like, he's a great hunter, and he like processes venison that he does, and he's real. But if he sees his wife's like blood like from a shot or something, he passes out, he faints. Like so, he's like,
Yeah,
it's like he's real hardcore for some things, but then for certain people, like for his kids and with he can't do it. So it's a
yeah, it is definitely hit or miss. I had to have surgery when I was in high school,
mhm.
and it was the first time I was like giving blood and doing all that stuff, and they did a really good job of like treating kids nicely, and so it was not traumatic for me. And then I had to give like one final vial for a test, and they sent me to the regular person lab, and they don't do it as nice there. They're just like, here you go, and jam it in, and I just passed out and threw up everywhere. And
Oh
so
wow.
I kind of have this like, some days I go in and I can do it and it's not a big deal, and other days I go in and I'm like, I get lightheaded and I need to like lay down, and it's a whole thing. So
Yeah, I'm pretty good with overall like stress. I find like that I'm the most focused. Like I feel more centered when things are stressful.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
pretty good in those kind of scenarios in
yeah.
general. But
Stress, I can do stress
yeah,
like that. I don't have a problem with. It's the like poking me or blood, and especially
yeah,
like kid blood, or kid injuries and stuff
yeah,
like that. Um, that I don't do as well. And so luckily my wife swooped in and she
nice.
can handle all of those things, and we're a great team like
Yeah,
that. But yeah, let's see. What is the um, let's see. I'm just trying to catch up on the um,
great questions.
number one skill: how to be homeless and survive. I think there is often an interesting correlation or comparison that I think a lot of preppers make between skills that you can observe of people who are houseless and people and an emergency situation. Um, I don't know that it's kind of a number one skill, but it's also kind of like a practice idea. There's a lot of mini skills in there. So I would say it's an area of research to define the skills that you would want to have, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. But when I first started the channel, like one of the first videos I did was like I was doing kind of a deep dive into like homeless types, some of the skill sets for that, and some of like the gear that they would have and everything like that. But yeah, now I imagine in your area too, it's pretty.
Yeah.
There's yeah, so it's pretty bad in general, but yeah, I think there are some decent skills with some like the uh, some of the cooking methods and stuff, but and so the certain warmth areas, and I think like the overpass, using leveraging concrete and overpasses for certain shelter type things, like city shelters. Like it's like a different strategy compared to like in a rural environment. You're probably looking for totally different areas, like if you had to plant shelter somewhere versus in the city. And so I think I'm like the homeless find like a good spot that you're protected and all that kind of stuff. So but yeah,
Yeah, we see it a lot too on in the Portland area. It got really bad during COVID, and now they're
yeah,
like trying to clean it up. And it's an unfortunate situation because they are doing a better job of kind of cleaning all of that up, but they're also, these are people who are struggling, and you feel for the humanity of the whole situation, but also like it's dangerous for people to be in the middle of off ramps and things like that.
yeah,
Like that's just not a good balance.
yeah,
But seeing kind of where they would set up their camps, on the side of an embankment in a hill down, like there's a lot of pieces there that you can kind of observe, and okay, that's a really strategic idea of like how to be in a place that's difficult to find or be in a difficult place to reach. I think some of the materials that we see being reused, and the way that they reuse them, is sometimes really, really creative. And so you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I wouldn't have ever thought of
yeah,
that. So yeah, I think there's value in kind of the study of it from that point. I don't want to study it from the misery component of it, or the misfortune of it. But I think if there's ideas there that you can learn and apply to an emergency situation where you might be lacking resources as well, then I think it's completely fair.
yep.
Let's see.
Pony Girl, I feel there's more danger
Yeah.
in the yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, bears and cougars are scary too. But.
I was just gonna say, bears are a whole different thing. Like bears and mountain lions and elk and moose and that sort of stuff. But I think depending on cities and what you're doing, I think there are people who are going to get desperate and they're going to do desperate things.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a little bit to where I've talked about you can go gray man and try to blend in, or you can be the yellow jacket theory and be like overly aggressive to the point where people way away don't want to mess with you. They don't want to even talk to you. They'll go pick somebody else. Because it's not that you want them to not do anything in that situation. It's just you don't want them to do it to you. Which I think is just one of those tough choices that you have to make.
Yeah, totally. I think I'd be more worried in the city I'm more worried about humans than of bears, even though bears are really freaky too. So that they're
exactly. Before we sign off, when is the next video coming?
This month, finalizing the EDC one. That'll be the first one, and I'm also working on April Fool's one, and then also a junk drawer update. So this month, March is
What I love is that people still expect you to make videos. Nobody expects me to do anything anymore. Yeah, they're just like,
we've given up.
Exactly. You're not going to make anything. Are you still planning on doing, because you did the live stream where you were doing the video review and stuff like that. Are you still planning on doing those going forward?
I wouldn't mind. It was kind of fun having because I don't normally look at other channels and play certain videos. It was kind of fun. It'd be fun to do it with your. Yeah, it's like watching videos with your friends. That'd be fun to do more of. So the next couple of weeks are kind of a little bit crazy because I have different evening events, and I'm going to Mount Rainier. I'm going to be the chaperone for this, my son's class, and I have a cabin that I'm going to be running. So it should be fun. So it's going to be a busy couple of weeks. I'll have to let you on the schedule because I think the last week, actually. Yeah, I need to have my people sync with your people for scheduling stuff for stream. Right. So because I'm going to be at Mount Rainier for a little bit, and they probably don't have good streaming connectivity.
Yeah, it's not the best to stream from a mountain. I would recommend against that.
Yeah,
and we can figure it out.
I'll fly pigeons to you, and I'll let you know what my.
Exactly. Have your pigeons and Mike Tyson's pigeons connect. Something to look forward to. It's a treatment I put anything. The bar is so low. It is so low for me. It's just, did you do anything? Yep, I did. Oh, good for you. Good for you, Casey. We're so glad.
So what's a man is the ultimate predator. Yeah, I'm more worried about. Man is the scary one. Oh, bears are scary. The ones I'm freaked out about is those freaking orcas. Something has they're freaking. They're psychotic killers of and they're so smart too. That's
yes.
I'm scared of them.
Yeah, there was another TikTok series. It was Reels, and I think it came from TikTok or something that was focusing on how psychotic orcas are.
Yeah, they're nuts. They're evil. They're
exactly.
They're the serial killers of the sea.
He had so many fantastic nicknames for them, and I wish I could remember them all. It was Death Oreo and all kinds of things. I was like, this is amazing. But I saw that
they kill great white sharks and eat their liver, and that's it. And they just leave it after.
Yes. Or they'll beat up rays and seals.
Yeah, I saw them
just
flip
to
the
beat
seal.
Them up.
Yeah, they'll flip the seal 80 feet in the air just to watch it and do it and have and laugh with their friends about it. And
yeah, exactly.
Or they make the wave together where they see there's a seal there. And let's all go underneath it at the same time and break it up. And
on the ice the ice floes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they are menacing. They are. Yeah,
someone said orcas are the humans of the sea. They are.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Yeah, Mount Rainier is not famous for its Wi-Fi.
No, it's poor Wi-Fi signal. Yeah.
I would say definitely not a thing. Let's see if there's any other comments that we were missing. I know there's been a lot of.
Yeah, it's been pretty nice and active. This was.
Yeah, I think this was. I think we did a good job.
Yeah, I think we did.
I think we nailed it. it was we went almost a whole hour. Like,
Yeah. Well,
it's fantastic.
I canceled the piano lesson for this evening, so that
Excellent.
helped out for it.
Good
So
priorities.
yeah. So but again, yeah, I'll have my people sync with your people on this
Okay.
scheduling stuff. So
All right, we'll
make it
do
work.
that, and that's next week, right?
I'm going to let's see. I
And
can't
which
think that far ahead.
specific cabin are you going to? If you can just
It's-
let everybody on the internet
I'll let everyone know.
know.
Yeah, I'll let everyone
Yeah,
know the
specific-
GPS
yeah.
location of it,
All right,
so they can
yeah,
show
just
up. Yeah.
just text. Have your people send your pigeon to me
Yeah.
with the approximate dates or whatever. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Hope they don't make Orca AI. Yeah, it's
Oh,
ChatGPT
man.
of the sea.
Yeah. Yeah. Those, man, they're freaky. Like, it makes me not want to go out to the Puget Sound, like, even having fun there, because everyone always, they've never attacked a human in the wild or
That
whatever.
we know of. That
Yeah.
we, you know.
But when they do, it's going to be like once they realize that we're tasty, they're
Exactly.
like,
They just batted Timmy around for 5 hours, so Timmy
Yeah.
didn't make it home. But we don't know what happened to Timmy. But
And there was one orca, like the one that they kept moving from different aquarium to aquarium. He's like responsible for a lot of like the human deaths, I think, in captivity. But
yeah,
what was
I
that
feel
one's
bad
name?
for all the
They shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
Like her fin all gets all like sad and everything too.
Yeah, and they're like in isolation and like, yeah, I would if I was, I'd probably take it out on anything I could find.
Yeah.
I would take my aggression out on. That's for sure. Yeah, blackfish.
Blackfish, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just, I'm glad that like we are moving as a society away from orcas.
Get rid of those orcas out of it. Yeah.
It's just not a good thing.
Yeah, they should have got rid of. They should have got rid of them completely after. What was that one movie where the
Free Willy?
Free Willy. Free Willy should have. That should have been the end of it. Because
exactly. They should have just all gone up over the rock wall thing. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Like Willie did. But all right, everybody. Well,
I think we did pretty good.
Wrap it up. I think it was fantastic. We did a great job.
We even kept on topic for the most part. We talked about animals.
We really did. We're getting better at this.
We're kind of I'm gonna pop my collar a little bit. We did
exactly 51 episodes in, and we sound a little bit more almost like a podcast.
My eyes hurting though for this light. It's just killing me. It's
but you sound great. So
thank you. The new USB cable it really helped out.
So anyway, thanks everybody for joining. We appreciate it. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. If you're already older, we already know you. We assume you've already subscribed. If you haven't, how dare you? Make sure you hit the subscribe on the way out. If you are a big fan of podcasts, or you prefer podcasts, or you know somebody who likes podcasts, we are on all the podcast platforms, and we are delivering new episodes now every day for the next several weeks. Getting the backlog out.
Nice.
I think episode 14 or 15 came out today. And then I have all the way to 50 loaded in. So there'll be 51 will go in, and that'll be like mid-April, which come out. But go ahead and leave us a 5-star review over there.
Yeah.
That would be super helpful for letting people know that we actually have a podcast as well as the live stream. Be mindful of Tup's videos that are coming out at some point in the next month. And my new mystery live stream, which will happen one of these days, probably on a Monday, either next Monday or the Monday after. So
sounds great.
Anyway, thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
See ya.